Hello everyone, welcome to Naomi's Bookshelf. Welcome to TBR Clue for September. It is always my favorite video to film every month, and it is genuinely the only one I actively put out before the first of the month. I need to do my TBR, or not my TBR, sorry, my wrap-ups for July and for August, and that will come, but this one will be my priority first. So I read, I think, most of what I had accomplished. I don't really stick to the TBR. It gives me guidance, and that's helpful. So we're gonna get into the new plan for September. I am hopeful to get on 3 books I think I have, but otherwise I'm kind of open to whatever pops up. I am failing on August's challenge reading books, so they might roll over. I'm going to try to finish them off before that happens. Sorry, it is the 24th. My brain is not working very well, but we're going to keep filming anyways. It's a great day to film. So I'm going to pull out the cards and we'll pick our first prompt. So the first prompt is, I'm hoping, kind to me. The first one is Dr. Orchid. I will check my pile. Not the pile, let's check something else. I have one arc that is by Liz Johnson. I think it's called Meddling Under the Mistletoe. I think it's a Christmas book. It comes out September 2nd. So that arc has a mistletoe. It's a plant, Dr. Orchid, plant. I'm gonna go with it. I have just started it, so I might not finish it in September, and if that's the case, I'll find something else. But this one is about a woman. I already forget her name. I'm reading multiple books at the same time. But this woman, she is basically helping out an innkeeper over Christmas. She is doing the cooking and taking care of the innkeeper's kids, and this boy, the small town boy who's grown up and moved away, is coming back. I think that's the plan, and obviously more romantic endeavors will happen. I'm really excited. I love Liz Johnson's work. This is set in PEI, which I need to read her other series, but I have read the trilogy, which I have raved about and loved, so very excited, and that will go perfect for Dr. Orchid. Prompt number 2, shall we? The Candlestick. I think I actually have one of the perfect books. It's not perfect, but it will do. This one is The Legend of Sleepy Hollow and Other Stories by Washington Irving. So this is my book for the Book Covered Book Club, which is to have a close-up item. The pumpkin is huge. I'm counting it. This one is also going to be one of the classic authors I'm going to read this month. I am trying to read them, even though I'm not pulling them out of a jar. That will be a 2025 project, though, for sure. So, yeah, this is just a short story collection. I'm going to go with it for Candlestick, as this was written before electricity, I believe. And even then, you tell spooky stories around a campfire and candles, fire. It works. I have obviously heard the story in classic literature or classic folk tales, pop culture, but I've never actually read it. So it'll be fun to read it and see what this is like. I might even get an audiobook, which would be fantastic because I have a new job. I have not posted since my new job, I don't think. But very long story short, I am now working at a different location, different company, and it is fantastic. I am loving it, but it is a different kind of commute. It takes me about 50 minutes via the bus system. And if I'm biking, it's about 20 minutes. So I have audiobook time. So audiobooks have been a huge hit this month. So this one I can maybe get in audiobook form. Okay, next one will be The Revolver. All right. I have one I think that kind of works. This is on my list for the Golden Girls Reading Challenge because the prompt is the first in a series. This is Ruby by Lorraine Snelling. I mentioned this in my most recent book haul that I did post in July. And this one is set in the western town where Ruby, she and her sister inherit this building. It's like a saloon, or what is it? It's a town that's not quite the most becoming of young ladies, and it's a business that isn't for proper reputable young lady. and she inherits it. So she's turning it around. She's going to get rid of the old reputation, keep the women still employed, but she is changing it into an inn, and I believe its schoolhouse is on the way, but it is an interesting story. I am excited to reread this. That all of the books in the series are named after jewels. So this is Ruby, and her sister's name is Opal, and it kind of goes on. So I'm excited to start this series again and pick it up. I think Westerns have guns, and I'm positive I remember a gunfight or something in here, but it's a Western. I'm gonna count that for the revolver. It works in my book. Next prompt number 4 is Professor Plum. This is not going well. Well, I guess I have 2 books that I've forced in, but I don't know what I want for Professor Plum. I'm gonna have to really think about this. I don't know if I'll finish this within September, but I'm gonna give it an attempt. This is The Romanovs by Simon Sebag Montefiore, or Montefiore. This is a nonfiction about the Romanovs. It is a very thick book. I have it on audio, that's why I'm pulling it right now. The audiobook is 24 hours long, so I don't know if I'll finish it in the month. Yeah, this one, I think it just follows 300 years of history from the Romanovs, which is daunting as anything. But I have owned this for a long time. I really do need to get to it. And I will learn something. I know that. I do not know much about Russian history, and this will be, I think, very informative. I think very helpful. But I just need to, I've started it. I think I'm 50 minutes into the audiobook, so I only have 23 hours to go. Yeah, it's going to be a long ride. But I think it will be an interesting read, and I think I will learn something. So that'll be for Professor Plum, and I hope it's good. I really hope I enjoy it, because if not, I will be DNFing it and getting this out of my collection as soon as possible. But I don't see that happening. I'm seeing myself enjoying this. So for prompt number 5, we have the dagger. There are a lot of weapons coming up right now. Whatever, 3 weapons out of 5 is a lot. That's half of the weapons shown up. Anyways, dagger. What do I want to read for the dagger? Actually, I will wedge this in. This is my last book that I have for challenges. So this is 3 Blind Mice and Other Stories by Agatha Christie. This one has, I believe, if I remember right, 3 Blind Mice is the origin short story behind The Mousetrap. And I have read that before, but there are some in this book I have not read. And I'm going to go with short stories. The dagger is a short blade. Short stories. And this is also going to be for the Read Christie 2024 challenge, which is whatever the decade is. I don't remember anymore. I think we're in the 50s and 60s. I think. I don't know. Anyways, no, 40s and 50s, because we're moving into the 60s next in October. It's a mess in my head, but this is also for the Buzzwordathon because it is sensory words, like words related to the 5 senses, and blind is related to sight. So that is counting in my book. I think that's what Kayla said counted as well. So this will be my short story collection and my Agatha Christie read. I have not done well in August with Agatha Christie reads, so we'll see if this gets done. Prompt number 6 is the kitchen. Ugh. I don't love the kitchen prompt. I'm gonna go with this one. It is a stretch, I'm aware, but that's okay. This is the 3rd book in a series, which I've owned for a while and I probably should finish. This is Moonlight Over Paris by Jennifer Robson. This is going to be for the kitchen because the kitchen is known, or not the kitchen, well, first of all, the kitchen creates food. But Paris and France are well known for having amazing food. I feel like that's a decent correlation, and so we're gonna do that. This series is a World War I, and I think in between the middle of them, the wars, series about, well, the first one was about a nurse and an army doctor who had grown up or who had fallen in love and then were torn apart and come together. This series is not extremely sweet. It's a bit spicy, and I just skipped that part because that's not my thing. But the second one followed her brother, and this one follows someone who's connected to her brother. And I can't tell you because that would spoil book 2, but book 2 is also great. So yeah, Moonlight Over Paris. It's gonna go for the kitchen food and French food. We'll make it work. Prompt number 7 will be the billiards room. Okay, I'll take a look. So for the billiards room, I'm gonna do The Protector by D. Henderson. This is a series, so that's gonna count because of the numbers. This one is about Jack, who is a firefighter. So this is in the O'Malley series by D. Henderson. This one is about, or the series is about a group of siblings who adopted each other when they were in an orphanage, and they are all working really intense jobs. They're all very elite in their fields, and they are very much jaded by life, but they hold together as a 7 group. So this is book 4, like I said. This one is a firefighter, and I love them. This is a Christian suspense series that has a good deal of romance in it, and I haven't picked up book 4. I read book 2 and 3 in July, but I need to still pick this one up again soon. I don't remember this one at all. So that will be interesting to go into it completely blind, because I mean, I know the siblings, but I don't remember. I remember book 6 and book 5. So this is the one book I don't remember. So that'll be interesting. So I'll pick it up and see if I can continue my way through the series with relative speed. The next one will be Mr. Green. Mr. Green. I think for Mr. Green, I'm gonna go with Katerina and Martin Luther by Michelle DeRussa. This is about their marriage. Now this is going for Mr. Green because a part of Mr. Green's history, if you look at the character history, is that he used to be a reverend. So that counts for this in my book, but also this cover is kind of green, more greeny than blue, but kind of in the mix. And I'm drawing a blank on that name right now. I'm sorry. So this will be for Mr. Green. This is a nonfiction. The subtitle is A Radical Marriage of a Runaway Nun and a Renegade Monk. So I'm excited to pick this one up and add it to my nonfiction. It's not too long. It's like 250 pages, and I think it'll be interesting to see how it plays out. Last prompt will be The Lounge. Oh, what lounge book should I pick? You know what? I've been blitzing my way through Roald Dahl's work right now. I'm currently I listened to 4 of his works in August. And that is probably not going to end anytime soon. I'm enjoying it. So I might put in here Charlie and the Chocolate Factory or another Roald Dahl book, because I listen to them while I'm commuting, and it's an easy book to read around the house. It doesn't take too much brain power. I think that's what's going to work for me right now. And to be quite honest, that's predictably what's in my listening future. So Roald Dahl will be The Lounge. Let's go with that. I think it will be quick and easy to read, and I might pick up James and the Giant Peach, or I might reread Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. I'm not sure. We're going to go with Roald Dahl. I always put an N in there. Roald Dahl book for The Lounge. I don't have any other set plans. My book club book for October, because I've read September's book, but October's book is to read, mystery or something like that for Halloween season. I'm not sure if I'm going to pick up another one. I have a book, which I don't think I hauled, but I'll show you. I'm thinking of reading Sweeney Todd. Ooh, I'm thinking of reading Sweeney Todd, The String of Pearls for my book club in October. So I'm not sure if I will get to it then or in October or in September, but basically, yeah, that's my reading plans. Nothing too chaotic. I do have hopes of taking part in series September, and then was it 30 books in 30 days? I don't know. Some, like the Romanovs, is terrifying me. That's gonna take up so much time, but I can do it, right? I can do it. Yeah, so maybe I'll put together a quick TBR of the series September plans, and I would like to do phase out your TBR because I always forget to take part in that one. That one is hosted by Chris. I will link their channel, and series September is by Krista from Books and Jams, and I think Sarah's Nightstand. I'll link all the hosts in my description box. So I've just thrown together my TBR for phase out your TBR. I hope I remember all the prompts, but I managed to make most of them work for the 9 books I had planned to read already. So the first one, I think, I don't remember what color it was, but for number 1, one of the ones, it was people on the cover. This will count. I believe the number 2 card that I picked had an animal on the cover, and that's a horse. Card number 3 had an image on the spine. I'm going through 1 through 9. I just don't remember the colors. Image on the spine. I want to reread Lord of the Rings. I've been feeling in the mood. So this will be wonderful to pick up. Number 4 had ends on an even page number, and this one had 212, if I remember right, or 214? 212. So 212. Prompt number 5, or card number 5, one of them had a 1-word title, Ruby Works. Card number 6 that I picked was a short book, and all of Roald Dahl's books are short. I grabbed it. I'm not sure which one I will read, like I said, but they're all really tiny, and I'm excited to pick this up and love this book some more. Card number 7 was favorite color on the cover. I actually like brown best. Brown's my favorite color, but this is not my favorite shade of brown. But this is my favorite shade of purple, which is my second favorite color. So this has brown, but it also has my favorite darker purple shades on here, so I'm counting that. Book number, or prompt number 8, card number 8 that I picked had book with a map. This one does have a map at the very beginning. I will find it so I can show you it. There we go. There's no way you're gonna get a history book without a map. And then card number 9, the one I picked had fire on the cover, and this was just too perfect. So that is my card number 9. So that is my phase out your TBR. Yeah, and then some of these are series, so hopefully I can get some progress for series September. I'm just participating in the sense of reading some more series. So yeah, I have The Protector, I have Moonlight Over Paris, 3 Blind Mice and Other Short Stories. Those are Agatha Christie, like Miss Marple and Poirot, Ruby, The Hobbit. So I think that this counts for series, and I might even get to The Great Glass Elevator, which is the sequel to Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. So a bunch of series. I am not sure how this is gonna go. I hope to get to 30 books in 30 days. I do not plan to have a TBR for that. But I will tell you this, when I'm counting that, the short story collection is gonna be individual. If I only have 4 books to read from that, I will be counting all 4 as each an individual book, because that's just easier. Thank you so much for watching. If you had liked this video, please click like, and if you would like to subscribe, please do. Also, if you would like to leave a comment down below about what you're reading in September, if you're picking up some series or not, I'd love to know. Thank you so much for watching. Bye for now.